Okay, welcome back. That was just a little sneak peek on our consumer education program, and we're going to have much more on that in the future. But did you know that there's a way you could actually drive a brand new car every year, and you could basically get it for free by the way of income tax savings? That's something that we will get into in the future. And every dollar you save is a dollar you earn. And Jim actually saved Janet and I $144 per month on my mortgage insurance when we just had our mortgage redone last week. Okay, now let's get into a little bit more about making money. There's a fellow from Pennsylvania named Joe Musumeci that came in last Saturday, and he did a webcast for us. And he actually wants to help me help you, help us help you make it onto the leaderboards. And he's going to, well, actually give up his time for free and help us. And as you can see right here, Tribe Pro has, I don't know, I bet you maybe 20, 30, 40,000 members. And because of what Joe showed us on the weekend, I applied that knowledge, and here I am at 7, 8, and 10 for an article that I posted. And this is actually Joe here for those of you that couldn't make the meeting. And on today's top posts, my articles were shared 2,300 times twice, different articles, and 2324 and 2311, and that's almost 10,000 backlinks going to our website. Okay, now I want to talk to you about the Sakura project. My partners and I have been working many months on a way to be able to pay Nana Team members, because we want you to be able to afford the tools that you need to do this without taking extra money out of your family budget. And by tools, I mean autoresponders, and I mean Tribe Pro, and there's this and there's that, auto posters. We want to help you put your business on not autopilot, but semi-autopilot. And how can we do this? By time duplication and by leverage. And right now, we're going to hear from another master in the industry, Jerry Schroeder. Just give me a second.
J. Paul Getty said it the best. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. And that still holds true today. Involved must be rewarded. Let me give you an example. We all know the real estate industry, right? We know how it works. Well, let's take a look at it for a second here, because you have a broker, right? Broker owns an agency, and they go out there and they hire sales agents, and they teach those sales agents how to sell a house. And every time they sell a house, they make a little commission. They sell a house, they make a commission. They sell a house, they make a commission, right? But the broker earns a little bit of that money too, because he was the one that trained the agent, perhaps did all the advertising, and owns the business office. Now, is that fair? Of course it is. Absolutely it is. Now, what would happen, though, if you were that broker and you hired a real go-getter? You taught them everything you knew, and that agent becomes very successful and ends up starting their own business. Now they're gone. Why? Because they're not your employee. They're acting as an independent agent, and it doesn't have any leverage to work with your go out there and hire other people to work for themselves, so they can't make any more money, right? You see, you haven't built a business model that allows them to share in your success and create leverage for themselves. So let's approach this a little bit different. Now, what if you hire that same go-getter, that same agent, but with the understanding that you're going to share all of your knowledge with them and actually train them to become a broker so they can go out there and hire sales agents and teach those sales agents how to sell homes and so on and so on. And guess what? They're going to earn a little bit of commission on all the agents that they teach and they train. Now, because you were the one who did all the work setting them up as a broker, you also would receive a small percentage of their efforts. Now, is that fair? Of course it is. You're the direct reason for their success. So what have we done here? We've not only leveraged our time in training this new agent into a broker, we've also created a strong relationship that's going to keep them on our team for a very long time. So they're not going to leave and develop a competing business. This way, everyone shares in the success of the team. Now, as you can see, this business plan starts to look very, very familiar, doesn't it? And let's be honest here. How many times has somebody said to you, hey, Elena, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. Hey, Dan, that sounds like one of those deals, man. Tom, you know what? I'm not listening. And now suddenly you're on the defensive. It's not a good place to be in a conversation, right? You guys know what I mean. You're walking down the sidewalk and your friend's walking towards you and they cross the street and walk on the other side because they're afraid you're going to come and pitch them on something. Let's look at this another way. Whether large or small, folks, all businesses are similar in structure in one way. They're structured like a pyramid. Let me give you an example. Let's take a look at corporate America because it's truly the best pyramid out there. You got the president or CEO at the top, right? Then you've got the vice presidents and the directors and so on. You've got the regional managers and so on and so on. See how it works? Traditionally, who makes the most money in this type of a business plan? The guy or the gal at the top, right? So the further down you go, the less money that's being made. No matter how brilliant you are, no matter how driven you are, how many hours you put in, or how much work you accomplish, you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to make more money than the person at the top. Almost every traditional business structure is based on this pyramid model. Now, let's take a look at network marketing. You see, let's say that's you at the top, right? You start your business, you start introducing a few, and now you got this go-getter, that golden person, right? And they outperform you. They build a larger organization than you. And guess what? Because they did that, they get to earn more money than you, even if they're in your organization. Shouldn't the most productive person make the most money? You see, in traditional business, they use impressive qualifications and seniority to decide who gets paid more. What does that have to do with productivity? I mean, think about it, folks. If you brought more profits to an organization, then you deserve more compensation, right? And that's what network marketing is all about. Network marketing is really one of the most ethical business models out there. I mean, look who's doing it. Donald Trump's doing it. Sir Richard Branson's involved. And one of the richest guys on the planet, Warren Buffett, is participating in the network marketing industry. Why? I'll tell you why. They understand leverage. They understand business, and they love residual income.
So there you have it. Donald Trump is doing it. I figured if Donald is doing it, that maybe I should listen to it. And this is the best way that I can come up with to be able to afford to pay the team so that they can afford to be able to the tools. This is all about you guys being able to afford the tools that you need to build your business, and it doesn't matter what it is that your business is, whether it's a brick and mortar business selling tires or whether you have a vitamin or a silver and gold company. We all need autoresponders. We need this, we need that, and that's what the Sakura project is about, and that's what I am about to explain to you. And I'm sorry about the picture quality. We are going to redo this more professionally in the future.